What's up, guys? I was just on Facebook and this ad from Banggood popped up. No, it wasn't for my HPI Savage XL 5.9, but more on this later. I think I have just found the new WLToys King. This is the 14401. This is a $90 550 size motor buggy, fully ready to run 2.4 gigahertz radio. Now, yeah, you could have a whole lot of fun with this vintage HPI Savage XL 5.9, and don't worry, we will. This is a recent Nitro pickup I just made, and hey, guess what? I actually have one right under the table right over here. Let it come out of hiding. This is a vintage Associated RC10 GT. Let me take off this beautiful crowd pleaser body. You guys see this chassis? This is vintage Nitro greatness right over here with the OS12 CVX engine. I was given this to basically do a Nitro rehab, and I will be doing this. This one is not mine. But don't you worry, everything else here on the table is definitely mine. And for your entertainment, I also put the box that this HPI Savage XL came in. This is as original of a Savage and the biggest of the baddest of the version you will ever see. So stay tuned, we're gonna cover this in full depth. Right now, I do not know the exact condition. This is gonna be a future video. Now, I know you're looking at this table and you're saying, hey, you have some of the nicest Nitro and gas RCs ever known to man, and then you also have a bunch of these, you know, cheap, low-end, ready-to-run WLToys. And hey, guys, there's nothing wrong with that. Honestly, I like these. I don't run them all the time, but when I do have a good time with them. I've actually had some of the best fun with some of these. This particular one I've already done a video on previously. I got the aluminum upgraded suspension arms in the front. These were like $5. So, you know, what am I saying here? Upgrades on something like this is some of the best fun you can have. I am Hybrid, also known as Dimitri. Steve-O's not here, and this is Remo Hobby S-Max Jackass Edition. This is Jackass, and this is the RC car drive-thru. Oh, shit, backflip. But what about the new WLToys? I think I'm going to call it the new WLToys King. And yes, I do have it on order. It was only $89. Give you a little history. This right here was my first WLToys. This is a really popular model. It has never broken. I've seen these converted to brushless. I've seen these do things you don't even want to know about. Mine is stock. I like it the way it is. It has cool lights. It's fun. It's fast. This even takes a 3S lipo and drives fine. Top speed is a little bit over 30 miles per hour with a 3S. Actually, all of these are really fun. I really like when WLToys comes out with a new RC product. And this brand new one right here, let me show you pictures of, it looks like it is by far one of the best. Now, in my opinion, some of the biggest criticisms I've had over the years with WLToys is their flexibility and the chassis. This is also a really fun one, but the chassis, they're plastic. You see this, guys? They flex a lot. So the new WLToys has an aluminum chassis. This is basically one of the main upgrades you would possibly consider when you're getting a class of vehicle like this for under $100. Another game changer, when this first came to market, this was known for having a 540 size motor in a micro level RC. Let me show you guys exactly, although this one is fully converted and modified, this has a 540 brushless system, but the can size itself is a 540. This new WLToys is a 550. That is insane. Guys, if you know anything about RC electric history, the Traxxas E-Max, which is a giant monster truck from, I would say, about 20 years ago, had 550 size motors. What that means is it is going to be nuts. And I need to see how cool it is, how fast it is, and how powerful it is. It does say it has a lot of metal drivetrain components. And looking at the chassis, man, I gotta say it has every single upgrade that I could want. First, I already mentioned the chassis. It's aluminum. Second, it has adjustable aluminum bodied oil-filled shocks. So the second upgrade people generally make on WLToys all around, doesn't matter which one you get, are going to be aluminum adjustable oil-filled shocks. Because these Actually, these are oil filled already, but I've already tuned them myself with different O-rings in the shocks. But generally, their suspensions, you guys see this? They're very bouncy. This brand new WLToys one already has aluminum adjustable oil filled shocks. That in itself is almost a $15 to $20 upgrade considering going all around. The aluminum chassis, very key. It has aluminum shock towers, front and back. It has really nice pin style tires. So what really made me look at it is I looked at the tires on this HPI Savage. These are called the Terrapin tires. To be honest with you, these are really good for dirt and grass conditions. And this WLToys has basically the similar style of tread design. I really like that. Keep in mind this is a 1/14 scale, so it is slightly larger than these, which are 1/16 scale RC cars. These are, you know, pretty much all similar. And this is a 1/12 they consider it, but honestly I would call this maybe a 1/10. It's kind of on the larger side in my opinion. The other main element that people always complain about WLToys and they try to upgrade are the steering components. Pretty much all of the links. Now on this model, that's already done for you. It already has adjustable metal links all around. Just check out these pictures. Even the steering. Now knowing what I know about RCs today, you want aluminum steering components. This one already has it. There's nothing wrong with that. It also comes with a 2.4 gigahertz radio. It has a battery that's already included. Now, of course, you could run pretty much any battery that fits, but in general, a lot of them come with this style of battery. It's a basic 2-cell battery. It runs really well in a motor just like this, and generally you're not gonna have any issues with that. And to be honest with you, I wind up using these batteries in some of my lower RC, you know, non-hobby grade type of stuff. For 90 bucks, I would say almost every single issue that I would have complained about previously and considered upgrading on the WLToys have been addressed. Mainly the rigidity of the chassis, suspension, and drivetrain components have been addressed, and the price is basically the same. I mean, how could you do that? Capitalism, that's how. By the way, this RC is owned by the same person that created T-Max Tony. No, that's not me. When I first got the Traxxas T-Max, it was given to me. And that's where I got the idea of, you know, split personality T-Max Tony. So this RC came from a true Nitro enthusiast. Based on what he told me, this was purchased in 1995. There's a lot of effort that's been put into this RC, even the wheels. These are Proline Dirt Hog wheels. Some of the best RC wheels for this chassis ever made, and they are basically in like new condition. There are a couple issues on this chassis. Clearly, you know, the pull start is relatively seized because, you know, the engine wasn't run in a long time. We're gonna be disassembling the coolant head, checking out the motor, checking out the electronics. Everything else seems to work. I did check the radio system. The steering is relatively wobbly over here. I think it's missing a couple of maybe washers in the steering mechanism itself in the front. But this is no big deal for the Nitro RC guru. When you want to have a good time, get yourself a 20-year-old vintage RC car. And this is what it is. Here's an update on my Hobby King Mission D, the cheapest drift car you could have ever bought on Hobby King. The mirrors are on the car. They look really, really nice. Check out how scaled that actually looks. The rear wing is on the car as well. I gotta say, this thing is a good looking RC car. More on this in the future. I'm not ready to drift it right now. I was basically just admiring the looks, I would say about this whole week. So if you get one of these, you're gonna look at it as much as you're gonna wanna drive it. And hey, nothing wrong with that, right? Before I leave you, so you guys have a little bit more facts, this particular Savage is a last generation XL 5.9 version. It's got a 3-speed automatic transmission, guys. A freaking 3-speed. 3.75 horsepower from this 0.36 5.9 big block. This is the largest Nitro engine ever fitted into a Savage, and nearly the largest Nitro engine ever fitted into a ready-to-run RC. The only larger Nitro engine I'm aware of in a factory ready-to-run truck is the Thunder Tiger EK4, which came with a I think 70, basically airplane engine. This is the largest one you could ever get in a Savage, and I would say probably the best one you could possibly buy. The reason this chassis is called the XL is because it is about 2 inches longer than the regular Savage X 4.6. You guys see all these chassis details here? They basically added an extra 2 inches right here to the chassis. Yeah, so you have a lot of empty space. Other than that, it's basically a Savage with the largest nitro engine and a 3-speed automatic transmission. And that combination is the way to go.
Lasers active, Starship Enterprise, good to go.